Get you first is here for you again to tell you all you need to know. Get you first, home for all, Queen Diva. Diva, get it first is here for you. Against all odds, we are pushing higher, we are moving higher, like crossing boundaries and kissing Diva.
Hi everyone. Hope you've had a good day today. So our topic of discussion today is forgotten in Sudan, and I'm talking about the stories of Igbos who allegedly have been left behind in war-torn Sudan. Sorry. I believe that most of us have seen the video that's been making rounds in social media for about 2 days now. This Igbo guy who was appealing to Igbo people on a video and saying how they've been left behind in Sudan. The narrator was saying, he claims that they had boarded a bus and they were asked to go down from the bus. Anyway, a bit of backstory on that. A few days ago, Abike Dabire had said that the evacuation from Sudan is being done by states of origin. You know, a lot of us were surprised and questioning why. Why should you be conveying? She made a post on Twitter and said, Sudan update for ease of conveying. The students, they were put on the buses according to their states of origin. And then goes on to say, as their excited students were doing narration and were telling stories and then wishing them Johnny Macy's. So a lot of that caused a lot of stir because it just did not make sense that they were going to be evacuating people based on their state of origin. So a lot of people were questioning the sense behind that. You know, myself, I was asking, what's the big idea? And I'm like, Nigeria and state of origin is just 5 and 6. There's nothing Nigeria would do without state of origin. So this happened, you know, just before we now saw that video of the guy who was saying that they've been left behind in Sudan. And obviously, he's an Igbo guy. He made that video in Igbo, and he was appealing to Igbo people who has the capacity, you know, to come to their aid in Sudan to do so. So according to him, in what he was saying in that video, he said that they had boarded the evacuation buses on Saturday, but they were asked to get down from the bus. And they are therefore seeking help from prominent Igbo personalities for their evacuation. And he said, quoting him, he said, "This appeal goes to Igbos. We are right here in the University of Khartoum in Sudan. They said they are doing an evacuation project in which Nigerians are to be evacuated out of Sudan. They came and carried some people and then abandoned those Igbos. We boarded the last bus that moved some Nigerians to Egypt, which left 2 days ago, but we were asked to move out of the bus. Everything is now politics. We are pleading with Igbo people who can help us. Our brother Airpeace, who brought airplane to help evacuate Nigerians, might be feeling that everything is moving on fine. Let him know that things are not going fine. see our backs here. This is where we are. Somewhere, somehow, news has spread that we have been evacuated, but that's not true. We plead with people like Prince Arthur, Obi Kubana, and all those that can help us out. The footage has, so when this video came out, it sort of confirmed a lot of people's fears, including mine, that what we were thinking was going to happen actually happened. Because why on earth would you say that you're going to evacuate the people based on state of origin? It doesn't even make sense. And if you're going to even do it by state of origin, okay, common sense would say, oh, they're going to start with A and do it alphabetically. So if they do it alphabetically, at least Abia, people from Abia, would come first. Enugu, would also be among the first. Imo State as well, Ebonyi, will be among the first. So if anybody is going to be left behind, it wouldn't be people from the Igbo speaking part of the country, because alphabetically they would be among the very first to be evacuated. But obviously we're talking about Nigeria, where we just don't do anything right, unfortunately. So these Igbo people have been left in Sudan. Why? Because of state of origin. And then one begins to wonder, why do we keep saying that we are one Nigeria, we are one Nigeria, we are one Nigeria. We are so much interested in that unity about Nigeria, but then we do not do things that would promote that one Nigeria, or that actually shows that, we are one Nigeria. Because why would you want to evacuate people by state of origin? I don't understand it. Why that had to happen in the first place, and why were some people left behind in a war-torn country? And the people that allegedly has been left behind are the people that their brother has even volunteered to go and evacuate people free of charge. So when Air Peace gets to Egypt to evacuate people, his own brothers, he wouldn't know that his own brothers are left behind in Sudan, and then he's going to evacuate other people. Because why did Air Peace volunteer to do that? He's for the promotion of the same one Nigeria, the same unity of Nigeria. That's why he volunteered, and he felt that, okay, we are all brothers and sisters. Let me volunteer. It doesn't matter that I'm Igbo. Let me volunteer my resources to go and bring home our brothers and sisters. But then his own direct brothers and sisters have been allegedly left behind in Sudan, because they are Igbos, because the person that narrated the story, who made the video, said that they had entered the bus and they were asked to get down. And he was saying that, they are stranded in Khartoum, wherever that place is, obviously in Sudan, that they are now stranded. And unfortunately, this video has been making round for over 48 hours, and there hasn't been any official statement regarding that, either to debunk it, to say no, it's not true, we were able to evacuate everybody that was present, or to say, okay, it's true, this is the situation, but this is what we are doing to make sure that we salvage the situation. There hasn't been any official statement regarding that video, irrespective of all the stir that it has caused, and the follow-up remarks, that people have been making because of that. So it's quite unfortunate where we have found ourselves, honestly, as Igbo people, because it looks like Igbos have to be the ones to always be at the grunt every time, So these people are stranded in Sudan, and nobody seemed to be doing anything about it or even talking about it, just apart from the usual people, you and I, who are talking about it, trying to raise awareness. But the people who would actually do something about it don't seem to have heard about this video that I'm talking about. So there's been a lot of reactions to that video. And the annoying thing, the thing that most people find very annoying, including myself, is the amount of money that has been claimed to be used for this evacuation. It's getting to 1 week. We are still on it. I haven't heard that anybody has arrived Nigeria yet from Sudan, those that have been evacuated. In fact, the last I heard yesterday was that the bus, one of the buses conveying some people caught fire. There's not been any update whether there's any casualty or anything, but hopefully there is none. I hope that all the people were able to come out, unhurt. So the amount of money that's been put into this evacuation, 1.2 million, that they claimed that they have used to hire 40 buses, even though people were saying that it's only about 12 buses, that they didn't, it's not up to 40 buses, that we're seeing in some of the videos. But then 1.2 million, and yet nobody is home. I heard that Egypt and Ethiopia didn't, it was difficult. The last time I heard that Egypt didn't let Nigerians get into their border or cross their border, and Buhari had to intervene. I think it was yesterday that Buhari intervened, spoke with the president of Egypt, and he now agreed that Nigerians could come into Egypt to be lifted back to Nigeria. But then my question is, this story about the Igbo people that's been left behind in Sudan, is it true? Is it true? If it is true, why? And what is being done to make sure that these people actually, join their mates and get back to Nigeria? So there's been a lot of reactions, from 2 days ago. There's been a lot of questions, but nobody is answering anything. Nobody is saying anything. So we are all just left to speculations. Because if that guy that made the video wouldn't have just picked up his phone and start making a video if it wasn't true that he was actually stranded in Sudan, and he said it. Let me get the transcription of that video again. He said, "We plead with the people like Prince Arthur Eze," because he was so desperate that he was speaking in Igbo and pleading with Igbo people, because he now, according to him, he said that everything is now politics. He claimed to have boarded one of the evacuation buses on Saturday, but was ordered to come down. They have boarded the buses and sitting inside the bus, and then all of a sudden they were told, no, get down. Because people started getting suspicious, including myself, when Abike Dabire came on Twitter to say that they are evacuating the students based on state of origin. What does that even mean? In a world situation, we still reach Sudan, we begin to do state of origin. If you're from Abia, go there. If you're from Imo, stay that side. Zamfara, come here. I don't get it. I honestly do not understand it. And then every day people are shouting one Nigeria, one Nigeria. How do we move on with being one Nigeria when every little thing we are doing, we are attaching it to state of origin, local government? If you're from Anambra, you cannot vote in Lagos. If you're from Lagos, you cannot vote in Zamfara. And all those nonsense. So if at the end of the day, we cannot live together as people who claim to be one Nigeria, then people should just go back to wherever they come from and live there and form their own clans, country, nation, wherever. And everybody will be happy. Because the situation we have now is just like us deceiving ourselves. Because why would you go to a worse situation like that, and then you want to still do state of origin to the extent that people from a particular part of the country, are saying that they've been left behind? So was it not supposed to be a situation of maybe first come, first served? Because I remember seeing footages, pictures of people queuing. So is it not a situation that, okay, if you come, you queue or whatever, you give them numbers or whatever you want to do, but definitely not state of origin. Because once you start mentioning this state of origin thing, then you know, say, why you won't enter them. And that is exactly what happened at the end of the day. At the end of the day, the usual people we were suspecting would be left behind ended up being left behind because of state of origin, because they are Igbos. And these are still the same people you will say. Tomorrow, somebody would say, oh, Igbos, they are playing the victim. Okay, this man that made that video, how would you say he was playing victim? If it was you, how would you feel? That Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, three of you are standing stranded, waiting for something from Nigeria, the same Nigeria that you all call your country, to come and save you. And then that thing that wants to save you comes and say, oh, if your Yoruba enter, if your Hausa enter, if your Igbo stay there. And then they leave. And then you talk, you that you're from Igbo, you talk, and then somebody says, oh, they're always playing the victim. So how is this person playing the victim? Where is the fairness? And why on earth would you go to evacuate people who are trying to escape from war, and you want to do it by state of origin? Is there anything we'll do in Nigeria without using state of origin? And then how do we even want to be one Nigeria, as we always we wish, if we will always throw in state of origin? Huh? How can you abandon people from the southeast in a war zone? I don't understand it. And it's over 48 hours. Nobody has responded to that video. Nobody has said anything. Honestly, it's sad. And somebody was saying that the state of origin might be ordered from the presidency. And I would not doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. Because according to this person, he says, if you know the level of hatred by the current government towards the Southeast, it is unimaginable. And why would I doubt something like that if things like this keep happening? How does it make sense that you go to a situation like that and then you say people, oh, you have to enter the buses based on your state of origin? How will you fill up the bus? So let's even assume, as we have 36 states. I don't know. I think they have 36 states, and then Abuja makes it 37. I think. I don't know. I think 36 states. And then you have 36 states. And so you bring 36 buses. So if people from the footages that's been coming out from Sudan, it's obvious that there are more people from the north who live in Sudan than people from the south, and obviously people from the southeast. So if you put one bus and say that's for Abia people, and then there are only 5 people from Abia, are you just going to put that 5 people in one bus and tell that bus to leave? And then you put one bus and say this bus is for people from Zamfara, and there are maybe 1,000 people from Zamfara, and that one bus is not enough for them. And so what are you going to do? Get another bus, get another bus, get another bus until you can fill up, you can pick up all the people from Zamfara. That's just part of the waste and every other thing that, people have been talking about. So why on earth? Why? Because they haven't been able to explain to us to say, this is why we decided to evacuate these people based on state of origin. The only reason that Abike Dabiri gave when she made her tweet was that based for ease of evacuation. So how does it even make it easy? Is it so that if they stay in one bus, at least they can be speaking the same language? She said it's for ease of conveying. I don't get it. How is it ease of conveying? At most, they could say, okay, we decided to make it by gender or by sex, so that women can be comfortable in one bus and men can be comfortable in their own bus. That will even make a bit of sense, because I can understand that there are so many people from the north who live in Sudan, and most of them are Muslims. So it's possible one could say, oh, that their women don't want to sit with men, or that may make a little bit of sense. And then if they say, oh, we decided to transport them or to evacuate them based on women and men, oh yeah, fair enough. But what does state of origin have to do with ease of conveying? Is it so that when they sit in the same bus, they can be speaking their language and understand each other? Then why are we one Nigeria? Why are we deceiving ourselves? So the question that everyone else is still asking, and I'm asking as well, is it true? Which obviously is a rhetorical question. Is it true that these people were left in Sudan because they are Igbos? If it's true that they were left in Sudan, why? And how are they going to be evacuated? Or what is the plan towards their evacuation? Nigeria. I've never seen such a country that everything just goes upside down. Simple evacuation. You still want carry state of origin, go there. Huh? I don't get it. It's unbelievable, because even all the responses that all the reactions, nobody would believe. Nobody wants to believe it, because it just is. How? What else do you want to do to these people? Why is it always the Igbo people all the time? Huh? It's still an Igbo man that brought airplane that to say, okay, let me use my airplane to go and evacuate people. He's still an Igbo man. This man that brought his plane, he's not even the richest man in Nigeria. Neither is he the richest man in Africa. The people that have the richest man in Africa, that are boasting that they have the richest man in Africa, they have more of their people stuck in Sudan. They did not even volunteer to go and bring their own people, not to talk of bringing everyone else. It was an Igbo man that volunteered himself and his resources to do it. Yet Igbo people are left in Sudan. Because when they mentioned that state of origin, I know that the evacuation was going to be based on state of origin. I knew that something was just not right. Huh? That sent signals that something is wrong. And we were all just hoping, oh, let it not. When you're thinking about something and the other mind is telling you, I just hope I'm not right. I hope these people that they prove me wrong. And then they will end up not proving you wrong. Leave Igbo people to go, no. Allow them to stay like everyone else. No, we won't. Because if you're going to be evacuating based on state of origin, then Abia State should be first. Enugu State will not be far. Ebonyi won't be far. In fact, they should be among. I think they are probably among top 5 or so, at least top 10. Imo too is not that far. So if you want to do state of origin, is it not wise that you do it alphabetically? Then what is the criteria? So how did Igbo people end up being the ones left behind? How? What I don't even understand is what somebody is going to Sudan to do. don't know, is it Igbo people that are in Sudan? Are they traders or they're going to school? There's nowhere this our Nigerian people, we won't go. Sudan. Eh? Everywhere, Agare, tribalism, everywhere. How does this country want to survive as one Nigeria? I don't get it. If you're going to be carrying tribalism to everything, you want to get a passport, or you need to go to your local government and bring a state of origin or whatever nonsense it is that you have to bring. Then to enter Bosokwa in a war-torn zone, you're still doing state of origin there. So at the end of the day, you can you'll be able to leave some people behind. Yeah. Oh, beg. Don't tire to talk, Seth. That's my Twitter space. Okay, guys. So I'm so angry. Honestly. I'm so angry. Just so angry. And this person was reacting and said, when they tell you Igbos didn't build bridge, that's why they hate them. They are just looking for excuse to justify their hatred. Even if Allen Onyema was among the stranded, they would have still abandoned him because of his tribal affiliation. And I mean, he's not far from the truth. The still Allen Onyema, an Igbo man that has dedicated himself and his resources to say, okay, I'll go and get these people free of charge. Yet it's still his people that you're leaving behind. But at the end of the day, who will even blame those people that take decisions like this? Because whatever they give us, we eat and we shut up. Because if it's actually true that Igbos were left behind, then I want to see what Ohanes and Igbo will do. Because we just can't keep allowing these things to keep happening and keep sliding. Till when? All right, guys. Hi, Samuel. Hi. Sorry, I'm just seeing this now. Hi. Okay, so that's my 30 minutes nearly over, and I've been talking. So this time, hopefully, we'll be able to open up the space, for people to join in. But I won't. Oh yeah, somebody just came in. Chooks. So that's me just finishing. Chooks, hi on Twitter. Hi, welcome. People on Facebook, thank you so much for joining in. And people on YouTube, thank you for watching. And I'll definitely be back here sometime this week, sure, for us to do this again on matters trending, especially things that have to do with Southeast, that have to do with Igbos. We have to keep talking. We have to keep doing our own little bit, and then hoping that there will be some kind of change. But if it's actually true that these Igbo people were left in Sudan just because they are Igbos, this is just it's quite sad. It's I don't even know what to say. It's quite sad, and then it's something that Igbo people should not allow to slide. We cannot just let it slide, like everything else. Ohanes and Igbo need to do something proactive. They need to say something tangible. We need to hear them. We need to feel them, because we just can't keep living like this in the same country that we all call our country. It's not fair. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you, and God bless.
Get your thoughts, it's meant for you. begging to tell you all you need to know. Get you first, come for all. Queen Diva, get you first, come for all. Queen Diva, all you need to do is just to follow, get motivated and educated. Queen Diva, get you first is here for you. Against all odds, we are pushing higher, we are moving higher, like crossing boundaries. Queen Diva, oh,